You want to win in video? You have to know who you are as a communicator and not try to push yourself to be some other communicator. This game is completely based on you being comfortable in the way you make and talking about you know. And most people are doing neither.
You gotta just press record.
Hey, what's up? It's Omar Takoi with Think Media, and this channel is all about helping you build your influence with online video and YouTube. And we're gonna jump into this clip from Gary Vaynerchuk from our live event, Grow with Video Live, where he dropped some bombs. And I know you're gonna get so much value out of it, but I did wanna let you know that after this talk, he actually sat down with Sean Cannell, and they talked about some gnarly stuff. But that conversation could be found on our podcast that you could check out in the link down in the description below, or after this video, we'll send you right to it. Let's get into this clip from Gary V.
A stunning majority of people in here are not unlocking the full max potential predicated on a lack of self-awareness. You'd like to be something, but you're actually not that. And what I mean by that is, when I think about video, there's all of us. I mean, when I look at my keynotes that I'm about to do, I'm like, oh, that's affected by Macho Man Randy Savage. That's affected by Richard Pryor and Chris Rock. Like, I can see like the things that I watched as a kid impact the way I talk. The reason I bring that up is I really think that self-awareness is one of the most significant aspects in winning in video. I think a lot of people are trying to do certain things that are just not there. Not that you can't build those skills, but I'm a very big fan of eliminating friction. I'm a very big fan of eliminating friction. And one of the things that I've observed from early 2006 YouTube to today's TikTok is that people that are really locked in to something that comes to them naturally have such a competitive advantage versus those that are forcing a type of video that they'd like to be like because they see someone doing it. I mean, the amount of people that I've watched in the last 15 years try to do me when they would crush by doing them. I bring it up all the time. Like, I'm a high energy, over the top, like very jerseyed out, super like I was just in Minnesota for 400 hours standing, taking selfies, fly to Vegas, do 3 talks. Like, that's a different kind of breed. Not that that's good, bad, or indifferent. I actually am trying to talk more about like, I don't view that as like better. I just view it as I'm very good at being me. I'm really good at being me. Like, the only thing I think I actually do special is be me. And I think when I think about how are you gonna win in this play, you've got to really be you, even when it doesn't seem that you works. For example, for a lot of the youngsters in here, and definitely for people over 40, this is gonna resonate. When I hit the scene on video and keynotes, I did not dress the part. I cursed crazy. Everybody told me I was gonna lose, I couldn't win. And it happened. Like, a lot of places wouldn't book me because I cursed too much. I didn't wear a suit, which was like completely unacceptable 15 years ago. And like, people are like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I just don't have the ability not to be me. And I was willing to leave money on the table, accolades, everything. I was willing to leave everything on the table because I just did not know how to not be me. So as you sit here today, there's tactics, there's things, there's people you admire, you wish you were. I wish I could read. I'm being dead serious. I wish I could read. I have no reading comprehension. I have to waste my time on 5-minute calls all day long because I can't read an email for 13 seconds. I wish I could read. But I can't, so I have a different style. And that's how I think about video. It is very, when Musical.ly hit, and I knew it was gonna go. Obviously, TikTok bought it and it became one and the same. Everybody around me was like, but you don't dance. And I was like, that's for damn sure. Because, by the way, if I danced, you'd see it by now. I was like, I'm not gonna dance like 14-year-old teenagers on TikTok. I'm gonna put out my content. I'm gonna know that 14-year-olds are listening, so the adjective might be different. The reference might be different. The context will be different. Video, in my opinion, today is a battleground of a quadrant that looks kind of like this. You need to communicate the way you communicate. There are people that are not dynamic. They're monotone, and they do just fine and dominate. They are. And so if you're a monotone person, then that's that, right? 2, you have to know the context of where you're making the content. We were talking backstage. I argue that the place that I'm the least good at that is YouTube, ironically. YouTube's the one platform where I don't do best practices. I suck at thumbnails, I don't do breaks. Mr. Beast makes fun of me every week. Just text me, you suck. I'm like, you're right, because it's the one that I don't do. It's the one that I don't do. I do all the rest of them, so it's always contextual. But what I really think is that when you go into the macro place, you've got such an easier game to do the micro. The micro is very obvious to me. It's tactics, right? The tactics are clear to me, but most people don't execute on it because they don't have the first part down, right? If you don't know yourself and you don't have a grasp on that, you have no prayer on TikTok, and nobody should be confused in this room. The biggest arbitrage in attention in society is TikTok. Right this second, you want a tactic? There's no debate, there's nothing close. If you are not fully pot committed into taking the opportunity on TikTok, you're missing the biggest opportunity since Facebook fan pages in 2012. Instagram hasn't been this good since 2011. And a lot of you know. How many people here put out content on Instagram? Raise your hands. Raise them high. How many people, by show of hands raising them, feel that it was going better 24 months ago? You know, so like the reality is that the supply and demand of attention moves on these platforms. The TikTok arbitrage is gonna close, and it's gonna close in the next 24 months, and the land grab is right now. The only thing I give a about for you to win out of this whole talk is that you go back home and make 3 or 4 TikToks a day. I'd like you to be good at them, so I'll continue to talk, otherwise I could leave right now. But that game is about the context of knowing how to make a TikTok, which is very easy because you can just Google how to make good TikToks, and there's unlimited TikTok content on how to make good TikToks. That's there. The question that I keep pondering of what I see is working and not working is, do you know yourself? Right? Like people like, if it doesn't come as easy as breathing oxygen, you need to understand why. If making videos doesn't come as easy as drinking oxygen, you have friction. You're insecure about the way you look. You're insecure about what you gotta say. Huge problem in this space when I analyze it, people talk about they don't know. Yeah. Like if somebody, occasionally, if I'm on a real roll of talking about the same for a while, I get comments left and right for a period of time where they're like, Gary Vee, you say the same and I'm like, that's right. Because I believe it. Because it's the thing to say. You know this. Some of you have been affected by other people, by myself. You've affected people. You sometimes say the same thing. Somebody's heard it 87 times. I said the same to my father this weekend at VCon that I've been saying for 37 years, and he told me this time it clicked. The amount of people, watch this. You want to see something cool? By show of hands, doesn't hurt my feelings. I'm detached from my success and from people shitting on me. By show of hands, how many people here, the first time they ever saw me, thought I sucked and was a scam artist and piece of shit? Raise your hands. Raise them high. Higher, higher, higher. Right? And then how many people that just raised their hands were affected positively by a piece of content in their lives? That's it. That's the game. Got it? That's the game. The reason that was an interesting thing, and I hope people looked back and saw how many hands went up, if you can go from this guy's a piece of shit scam artist to this person positively affected me, that is only required and can only be achievable when you only talk about things you know and you're willing to say them 87,000 different ways. Most people get caught up because they feel like they've already said their thing and they just start making up some other right? I see people like, yo, I'm a real estate expert. And I'm like 6 months later, I'm like, I'm a crypto expert. And like 13 months later, I'm the king of cannabis. I'm like, this person. You want to win in video? 2 very hardcore truths. 1, you have to know who you are as a communicator and not try to push yourself to be some other communicator. Some of you are funny, get funnier. Some of you are clever with words, feel comfortable. Some are loud as f*** like me. Do you understand how real of a businessman I am and how many people think I'm a motivational speaker? Do you know how underestimated I am for my professional career, that people have no concept of how many big businesses I've built and what I do for a living because my style of communication feels spiely? And I'm willing to walk around on earth underestimated because I have no interest in slightly tweaking down my energy, because that's just not who I am. And it doesn't matter what people think. The truth is the truth. If you are not gift of gab, but you can what about making videos where you just read? It might not be as compelling as eye to eye, but that's you. Some of you shouldn't make video at all. You should leave right the now. I'm being dead serious. Some of you should be writing because you're a remarkable writer and you're forcing yourself to believe that video is the only winning because you can see it, yet tons of people are winning writing. Some of you should take a beautiful photo and just write. Some of you should just make a video of something mundane that makes the point of your video. It's literally a video of a banana and you're talking about slippery slopes. You like that one? I think it's a good one. It's good because this game is completely based on you being comfortable in the way you make and talking about you know. And most people are doing neither.
Man, if the last 10 minutes didn't encourage you to start creating the content that you're supposed to start creating, I don't know what will. But if you want more from Gary Vee, check out this conversation that him and Sean Cannell had talking about how to use video to build your personal brand. And I know you're gonna get so much unlocked. Jump over to it right now, click or tap the screen. Can't wait to see you in a future video. Peace.